welcome to the Black White Games podcast, the only podcast that's full of, well, insanity.
The only
The only podcast where you can get the crispest sound of
cans opening.
Cans opening.
Yep.
Crisp.
We need
Drinking.
we need something to get us through this. Hold on. Just cracking open all the other bullshit around us.
That was some good Rockstar vodka. Rockstar vodka.
What flavor is that exactly? Just Rockstar and vodka?
It's Rockstar vodka. Well, it's Rockstar without, like, instead of vodka and caffeine and shit.
Sure.
It's vodka.
So it's vodka seltzer?
It's like a vodka seltzer. It
Okay.
tastes like a Rockstar.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I like it, because I'm like, I don't know if people have I have been cutting myself. I cut myself off of caffeine. I have officially. Me and caffeine had a good relationship for a very long time. Got me through a lot of dark times. The world seems darker without her.
I got rid of caffeine. I cut her out of my life. She was turning toxic. I couldn't handle her.
I cut energy drinks out of my life. She was sending me to the hospital way too much. And now I'm Stewie Griffin, where I'm like, yes, life requires sacrifice. But if somebody was like, hey, do you want a Red Bull? I'll go, oh, God, yes.
Give me that fucking Red Bull.
Yes, please, yes. I want anything for that. That's all I ever want.
Give me the hit of that caffeine. Oh.
It's gonna be funny because, like, if I have another SVT, I'm just gonna be like, yes, give me the surgery. Just give it to me.
Put it in my veins. Burp. That's the.
I want to die.
No, it's the. What was it? Barney from The Simpsons. Like when he got a whole entire truck of booze. He just told him, put it in my veins. It will help people from the back have a fucking all set up already to put it in your veins. It's like, that's insane.
There was a really good episode of The Simpsons where Barney quits alcohol and he gets his life together in like the span of like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh,
and then Homer's the one who like gets drunk and all that stuff, and it's like, oh,
yep. It's although at the end Mo owns the coffee machine, so it's like, well, I guess you fill one addicted hole with another addictive hole.
Yeah, everyone knows addiction is great,
so you just fill it with caffeine. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing's wrong with caffeine.
Just, oh boy, you're gonna be feeling it.
Well, actually, you know what? I replaced caffeine with video games.
Oh, okay.
And then I didn't apply for video games.
Oh, I see.
So, sadness.
I just keep filling my holes, so I think I'm doing good.
I fill them with holes.
I fill my holes with video games and food and candy and more candy. Mm-hmm. And yeah, hold on. I need to have my candy. Like, get my candy fix. Scratching my arms. I need my fucking candy fix. And then someone throws a Magic Gathering pack at me.
Josh, if you just spent more money on candy, that would solve a lot of problems.
Would it?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't know. Candy's real good. I got these dark chocolate blueberry flavored gummies.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That sounds good.
I like them so much.
Josh, we got to talk about video games, though.
Oh, no. Video games.
We got to talk about video games that came out that everyone's upset about.
Wah. Video games.
Even the Nazis are bad. They came back from the dead, Josh.
How? I thought we killed them.
I don't know. Apparently, some asshole with the Necronomicon was running around and said this won't bring back the Nazis, and then he said a word that starts with the letter N.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I forget the word. Hold on, let me look this up.
What's that word again?
Well, it was in the book Ash versus the Evil Dead, or Ash Army of Darkness. Word. Caltu Bar Ado Nit Nikto. Nicto.
Yeah, Nicto. Oh. Sorry, listeners. Apparently, Demons God came out of your floor.
Well, we're not standing above the
Hopefully, if you're sitting in some sort of mass grave, they're all cremated, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. it's a
actually,
culture.
I actually really want to know if let's say you cremated all your dead people, I mean all of them, and then you try to use the book, would it do nothing?
Probably.
Probably. The answer.
Cremation is the way in order to make sure the zombies don't come up. Or maybe you end up in a situation like the flood, where if you because the way the original flood, do you know what the flood are?
Yes, from Halo.
Yeah. Okay. So an infection form is not the lowest level of flood is a cell.
Okay.
If you're infected with a flood cell, you will become flood eventually. So maybe it's something where, like, if you end up like let's say, like inhaling some dust, eventually you'll become a zombie or something like that. Or maybe it's the parts where, like, your body will get scattered to the wind.
Right.
Yeah.
Or what was it? The movie Evil. It's not Evil Dead. I think it was. Oh no! Now I'm forgetting about it. It basically the main one of the zombies in the flick is completely covered in tar, or looks like he's covered in tar, just completely black.
Yeah.
And the only details you can see is this white teeth and this white in his eyes, and like he's such a and even the actor playing him like did such a good job mimicking movements of like a dead person. It's like really convincing. So in that movie, when they're trying to get rid of the virus, there's no means of getting rid of it. It's always there. So even burning it didn't do anything. It just made it worse.
Yeah.
So it was like, it's like, if anything, it feels like if there is an active virus and burning it doesn't get rid of it, it feels like you need some sort of antivirus in order to get rid of it. But good luck with the scientists in that universe. They're fucked. They're just always fucked.
Yeah. But anyways, we have to talk about video games. We have to talk about Assassin's Creed Shadow came out the same week Ghost of Tsushima released on PC. Assassin's Creed Shadow was announced. Now, it might have been canceled. We don't know. But Ubisoft has a real controversy hit on their hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, Josh, do you want to know the main reason why this controversy exists?
I think no, actually I don't know.
Okay. So, there is one person in Japanese history who is black.
Okay.
He existed in the 1500s. Okay, so 1500s after AC, which is pretty recent, and before photography was invented, there was a Japanese samurai named Yosuke, who literally was just given the rank of samurai and told to carry around one of the Lord's swords. So he was given a small house and stuff like that. He was just he just was given a rank of samurai and basically kind of was like, hey, carry around this guy's swords. Okay? Um, that's as I know it. Basically, there's contradictions that he might have not been a samurai, but there is contradictions that he might have been a samurai. We don't know because Japanese histories. I'm not a Japanese historian or anything like that. Ubisoft goes, okay, cool. So guess what Ubisoft finally decides to make, Josh?
Sustainable jobs.
No. A brand new Assassin's Creed game.
Oh.
Set in Japan.
Right.
You know, the thing that everyone always wanted. Guess who the main character is?
Let me guess. It's a fucking okay. Someone from Japan. So someone.
No.
Someone from. There has to be someone from Japan.
There is a character who is from Japan. She looks like she's the actual assassin.
Okay, and then there. Oh yeah, you know what? The trailer. I think I've seen it.
Yeah.
So therefore, there is a very tall black guy.
Yes.
What isn't it calling for the part? What was it? There was a black samurai.
So this is actually a realistic historical person.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because the reason that it's I've seen people say yes, there is a black samurai, no, there isn't a black samurai. I've seen both sides kind of say no, there isn't a black samurai. Well, there was a guy who was the rank of samurai, but we don't know if he was an actual samurai. And it's like, okay. But everyone basically is like angry, except for like the usual suspects, because they're never angry at anything, about there being a lack of black samurais. In the same fucking week, Ghost of Tsushima releases on PC.
Yep.
Which is the best Assassin's Creed game, bar none.
Bar none.
Which is really funny because it's like it's not even that good of a Assassin's Creed game.
It's like, I don't know, is it the Ghost of Tsushima like just different?
Ghost of Tsushima is literally different, but you can literally play that game like a stealth game.
Ah, I see.
And not a very good stealth game. It's not a very good stealth game, but you can literally you can just walk up and murder people if you would want to. And takes a lot of homages. Like there's literally a mode based on Kurosawa movies.
Oh yeah,
which makes sense and this game basically ignited a large portion of like the fan base and community and Assassin's Creed fans, and now you have Japanese fans who are pissed. You have people like me who are like, I don't care. I'm not buying this game. I think it's kind of stupid.
I mean,
this argument is,
although even though that trailer is nothing but CG and just showing off an idea, I'm like, I don't know.
I'm more mad that the leaked stuff the stuff that they have leaked, which is Assassin's Creed Japan.
Yeah.
Of, hey, this stuff actually looks kind of really cool, and it's Assassin's Creed. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Man, I wish they would have just made that instead of this shit.
I have a feeling that, I mean, yeah, well, they should have done all the stuff that got leaked, should have done that stuff first at all. But at the same time, the freaking, I think they're pulling that emergency lever for, oh no, we're slowing down. We need to finally have that Assassin's Creed in Japan now. But
we need to do the Assassin's Creed game, but we can't do what we normally do, which is have the protagonist be somebody from that area who would canonically be in that area.
So really, it's like they're pulling the emergency lever of we finally are making that stupid Assassin's Creed in Japan game, but then they look back and they see everything's charred and burned and turned to ash.
It's worse than that. It's that we pulled the lever so we can get our DEI funding.
And
then we were like, we're not going to be called racist. And then Japan turned around and said, yo, bro, this is kind of racist and historically inaccurate, and I have a problem with this game. I am suddenly not going to buy it. And it's like, oh no.
Oh no.
We did the thing that we usually do when we make a bad game, and now everyone's mad at us, even though this is the game that everyone wanted.
I don't know. I still think that there was a time where Assassin's Creed could have been like, still be top shit, but I think they're way too late on the bandwagon of finally making that Assassin's Creed game and fucking making it now versus like years ago they should have done.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It could be cool, but who knows?
Yeah. I think that this is more evidence that the gaming. I think this is more evidence that there's a large, massive problem with Assassin's Creed in general. Like, I don't think that people realize like how flawed that series is, because that game peaked around Black Flag, right?
Yeah.
Which is the reason why we got Skull and Bones. And like then they released Origins. It's Assassin's Creed, but not Assassin's Creed. It was. Then they released, I believe it was Odyssey. Then there was the new one, which was the Viking game. And then there was, I forget the name of this one, but I think it was something else. Shadows. And it's just like, okay, so you guys are doing the same thing over and over and over again that you've done for the past like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And Assassin's Creed 1 was pretty good when it came out. Assassin's Creed 2, pretty good. Brotherhood, really good. Revelations, okay, we're kind of getting along in the tooth here. 3, I want this game to be good, but it's not good. 4, Black Flag. Oh my god, this is the greatest game ever made. This is awesome. I love it. It's so fantastic. Pirates, sea shanties, all this fun stuff.
Everyone loves those sea shanties.
Oh man, the sea shanties were great.
It's so good.
Origins, okay. Every game afterwards, Oh yeah, we're forgetting the French one and the. What one is it? We're forgetting the French one and Syndicate. I think it's Assassin's Creed Unity and Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Unity and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And it's just like, man, like I just wish that you guys would just stop making Assassin's Creed games for like a long time.
Yeah, like because of the process, they think they have to keep putting it out over and over and over and over and over. Like, yeah like I just think that when it comes to video games, you can't do that.
My personal issue is that they keep making this. There's this real big like thing that they keep doing where they're like, we want like this was a slam dunk. This was a slam dunk. This was so easy to make good. And then you're watching the trailer and like, okay, this looks okay. And then you go look at the comments and stuff like that, and you find out, oh, they're using Chinese architecture for most of their creations. And you're like, okay, that's kind of bad. And then you continue looking, you're like, oh, they're doing something really stupid with this thing. Like it's every single time I look at that, every single time the controversy like this comes up, I'm like, oh, it gets slightly worse and slightly more retarded. Hey.
Slightly.
Yeah, it's just obvious that like it feels like to me like they just don't care.
Yeah. Freaking yeah, like I don't know. Out of all the companies and all the fucking the AAA companies that are gotten to shit and then we're just turns out they're evil the entire time. Who would have thunk it?
Who would have guessed that Activision Blizzard was evil?
I would love to just, again, kneecap them, all these big ass publishers, and just be like, all right, fend for yourself. Just get them in the fucking knee and then go, all right, now try to fend for yourself without your knee. Fucking, yeah.
It's just, it's just that you could easily have made this. It's like the reason why this is infuriating to me is because it's like, man, I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan, but the series used to mean something, and now like the same week, your biggest the game that literally did what you were saying that you wanted to do in this game 4 years ago comes out, and you're just like, oh, shit. Fuck. Like, Ghost of Tsushima is not a bad game.
Mm.
It's actually a really good game.
Really good game.
It's fucking amazing. I want it really badly. Josh, if you have $1 million, will you buy me Ghost of Tsushima? That's all I ask.
No.
Damn it, Josh. Yeah. So, yeah. But we can't keep talking about this. Josh.
Yeah.
You played a video game.
I played a video game, but sadly it's a video game that we all played before.
Oh.
I played Balatro. More Balatro.
More Balatro?
More Balatro.
Oh, man, you played so much Balatro. It's so crazy, man.
Oh, fuck, man. How could you play some more Balatro? Because it's so easy. It's so fun.
It could have been worse. You could have been watching the Oilers game.
Fucking, actually, it's funny. I was playing Magic the Gathering like I usually do on Saturdays, and there's at least two people. One person, I think there's a second person, but there was one person that was in our circle trying to watch the Oilers game, and he's like, and they're 3 up, and I'm like, oh, no, whatever, that's cool. I still don't care about anything about hockey. And then they're like, and they're up 4-1, and they're up 4, and I'm like, that's insane. Up 5, and I'm like, huh.
What the fuck?
It's like, what sort of Michael Jordan's juice did they drink? Like,
what are they doing?
Oh man, just
sexual activities involving sleeping, sending hookers to their players, like NFL Blitz.
Yeah, I want more NFL Blitz in my life. That'd be so great.
Oh man,
just, fucking power bombing your opponent into the ground, and then doing a whole bunch of taunts, and then you're like dropping on them fools. Like,
yeah.
And then also you run so fast so you catch on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my Steam list, and also I'm trying to think of like, man, did I actually do anything somewhat different at all? And I don't think I did. I got super boring. How
I played
could I?
So much Belchero. I
actually figured out how. I played so much Baltro that I got more achievements in it. So yay for me. Yay for me.
You played so much Belchero that you became good at the game.
I think I'm getting good at the game. I have unlocked weird stuff finally. So I'm like, okay, I'm bound to run into this more weird stuff. I just don't know when. I actually unlocked what was the last unlocked I got? It was one of the what's the third called? The tickets you can buy in the shop, and they give you a permanent increase on some whatever.
Yeah.
the one I unlocked, it was basically, it looked like the cashier thing was exploding.
Oh yeah.
And it said like, if you get this, it's 50% off on everything. I'm like, what? And I'm like, that's insane. Like,
what? Say what?
Yeah. Say what?
Say what?
Yep. So I got that unlocked. That's pretty cool. But I'm still struggling with a few that are like, oh, go up to ante 12, and I'm like, I can't even get past 10. And like, I keep sucking. I just have to keep playing more and see if I can get there.
You just got to become God, man.
Yeah, you got to get the. You got to get good. You got to get good. Although I did have a run where I fucked it up so bad. I had a run where I had the what was it? You can skip the antes and then you get whatever bonus that ante was. And I got the bonus for the next card that will show up in the shop will be a negative.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, that's real good. And I realized, oh, I have the root beer. So I'm like, yeah, let's get that ante and then pop the root beer. Wait, why is it not doubling? Oh, I'm a moron. Oh.
Josh was like, at that moment, Josh realized.
Yeah, I realized I fucked. I literally, I was like, should I reset? I don't want to even continue anymore.
Do I just give up, kid?
I'll
just give up.
Oh, fuck. It was just such a demoralizing, like, come on, just give it to me. Come on.
Do something.
Oh, come on. That's not what I meant to do. You know that's not what I meant to do. Come on.
Just know, Josh, rocket doesn't stop halfway to the moon.
Fucking hell. Like, I had it. I could have got 2 negatives and make my deck even more stacked, but no.
No, it had to be a higher pinned boy.
Just such a cheese. Fucking hell, could have got so many negatives. Fucking shit. Could have been the best thing ever.
You could have been the greatest who ever lived.
I could have been the best around, and nothing will ever get me down.
Well, that's clearly a lie. You're worse than my dog right now because she's like being really annoying. She's like, I just want attention. But yeah, no, Balatro is a really good game. Thank you for reminding me of Balatro. I'm playing Balatro right now.
Yeah, just oh boy, it's so good. It's just so good. If Balatro, I don't know what they can do for like adding DLC or anything to the game. Other than like you play let's say you get a card that states, oh, you play an RPG, and you go, what do you mean? And the game just turns into an RPG.
That would be interesting.
That would be really neat, yeah. And see if there's a weird back and forth between the RPG and Balatro. Like you unlock things in the RPG for Balatro, and then you unlock stuff in Balatro for the RPG.
Yeah.
So that'd be super rad.
That would be the most rad.
It'd be so interesting. It'd be kind of like, oh god, that other card game. Fucking. Oh no, I'm blanking again. The one you're trapped in not trapped, but like you're playing a board game up against a guy who takes pictures with a magic camera.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Fucking. I just think it would be like that kind of, but more stats. Way more stats.
Just all the stats.
Way more stats.
All the stats.
Yeah. So I wasted my life on Balatro.
Hey, that's fine, man. You're allowed to waste your life on Balatro.
Yeah. I got keep wasting it on Balatro over and over.
Hey, no wrong. Nothing wrong with wasting your life on Balatro. Unless you don't like Balatro, in which case, fuck you!
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Play Balatro!
Just play it, bud.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Could be worse. He could say other words. Listener, he could say, do it!
No, I'm not that type of a person. I'm more of a just get the Mountain Dew.
That's fair.
I'm more of a Mountain Dew reference. I'm sorry.
That's fair. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that. Is anything else interesting happened in my week, if at all? Oh, actually, one thing happened interesting. My brother finally kind of got a lot of his video game stuff out of the spare room in the basement.
Oh yeah.
And the thing that's kind of funny is that, you know, talking to my brother, talking about all that stuff he was getting out of the basement, and then it went back and forth of like, do you want to keep this? And I'm like, you don't want it? And he's like, you want to keep this? And I'm like, it's just a back and forth of, you keep this? You want to keep this? Do you want to keep this? Do you want to keep this? It's just over and over for like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And so now I have a couple of like 2 giant stacks that I'm pretty sure if I stack on top of each other, it will be the height of me in video games.
Okay.
So I've procured a lot of video games. So it's
that's good.
Yeah.
I think it just lost a hand of Balatro, so.
Oh no, not a hand.
Yeah, I just lost. Oh well, who cares?
Oh no.
Oh well.
Well,
yeah, no, that's interesting that you like. What games did you end up with, man?
let's see. I got a mix of PS4 games, Killzone, Ultra Despair Girls,
Good.
Dank on Rampa.
Mediocre, but I will allow it.
I mean, it's funny enough. My brother, hard to describe my brother, but like he does have some disposable income to some degree, and it turns out whenever he's like, "Oh, I got the metal boxes because they're cool looking," and I'm like, "Jeff, they're useless. These metal boxes are just a way to inflate a price. So you get this game plus an inflated empty box, which is just plastic and metal." And he's like, "They look cool though." And I look in the metal box and I go, this has a game in it. And then I look in the other box that has, you know, that I assume he got with the game or something, or got it when he purchased it or something, and fucking got another game inside that. So I'm like, Jeff, you have 2 copies of this. Like, how did you pull this off? He's like, I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all those metal cases, I got like a chunk of those metal cases, and they have games in them. What else I got? Oh, my brother bought the Metal Gear Rising sword statue, and he gave that to me.
Oh.
All for, you know, those pre-order only get the statue for the video game bullshit. I have in my room. They're not
the legendary edition.
I have a legendary edition of Overwatch that has the giant Soldier 76.
Nice.
It's really heavy. It's like substantially like a good weight.
It's like I have the Gears of War statue, and then I also have the, what is it? The Halo Reach statue.
Those are pretty good statues.
Yeah, I should have bought the legendary edition of the Master Chief helmet.
I remembered seeing those in garage sales, and then I kind of bought two of them for some reason. So I had one that was, oh yeah, I now remember that I bought one at a deal at EB Games because it was French and they didn't know what to do with it, so they sold it to me on a deal. Turns out you can play online and it's fine, but when you play the campaign, it's all in French.
Oh,
so it was like, oh, that's weird. So a friend of mine, he had a deal, like he had a deal with me of like, hey, you know what? I'll take your campaign off of you, and you could just have the online or what? Something about he took the campaign, switched it with me, and he's like, yeah, you could do this, and the discs will still work and all this junk. And I'm like, yeah, it would, but okay, you could take the French copy, whatever. So he took the French copy, and he's like, yeah, the campaign is all in French. So
good thing I know French.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he knew a little bit of French, but it was just he said the voice actors they chose for certain characters were like, whoa, holy shit, this is not what I'm familiar with. Freaking yeah, I had like 2 helmets at one point of those legendary editions, and
you didn't give me one. I'm slightly hurt.
there were just garage sale fodder at that point. I think when I finally got rid of it, it was like people were like, holy shit, you got the helmet? And I'm like, I don't want that. Like, I don't care.
I'm not a Halo guy.
I'm not the Halo guy.
I don't want it.
So, and also my brother bought the stupid the special edition. So I got a Cartman from the Stick of Truth sitting over there.
Oh,
and it's actually, again, some of these statues and collectibles are actually like pretty decent. The only two that I say that are not as great as they could have been is the Johnny Gat pre-release dumb statue thing.
Oh yeah, that one.
That like it's fine, but it's so tiny. And it's like why did you bother?
Why did you make this?
Yeah, and another one is my brother also bought the what game is that? It's not. I want to say Underdogs. It's not Underdogs. It's one with Mr. Hacker Man and doing all his hacker stuff, and then he has guns and stealing cars.
Watch Dogs?
Yeah, Watch Dogs. I'm like Underdogs. Yeah, he got that statue. So there's Mr. Watch Dogs, like just standing there pointing a gun at some non-existent thing. Freaking what else? I got Second Son special edition. I got Dark Souls 2 1. I got Little Big Kart Racer. I got Killing Floor 3. I got a Driver San Francisco, which is actually the hardest one to get out of all the driver games.
Yeah, makes sense.
What else? Oh, I got Final Fantasy 10 and 2. Or sorry, 10 and 10-2.
Okay.
Ninja Gaiden Sigma Balls. Ha! Got him.
Sigma Balls.
What else? Tomb Raider, metal collections I can't read. Oh, and also another thing that my brother started to discover was half of his collection was missing. Like he has the boxes, but he doesn't have the video game. And we're kind of like, wait, half of your collection? So we checked like a dozen of his boxes. And this is not, and again, this is like kind of just scratching the surface of like what's missing. And we're just checking random boxes and we're like, yeah, like half of your shit is gone. And we're trying to think of like what could have possibly happened and why he has half of his shit be disappearing. And the only thing we can possibly think of was that like his ex-girlfriend just took some of these games, if not half of these games. So it's like now I just have empty boxes, or the box just has not the right game in the fucking box. What was it? Oh yeah, just empty boxes galore. And it's like, well, that just sucks, because if sure you have an empty box, but you're meant to have the game, and it's like that's not anywhere at all. So fucking,
Right?
yeah, that fucking sucks on his end.
You're just like,
Yeah,
Daddy.
it's like this really blows. Although the funny thing is, if you were to find the game loose and then conjoin it with, you know, your complete box of like, you have the manual, you have the box, you have the insert and all that junk, and it's all in pretty good conditions, like, oh, that just like triples the value of that one thing. So,
Yeah.
or at least doubles the value. So it's like, oh, it's like you have a complete box. It makes it even better. So it's like,
That sucks that like he just lost that, because it's like, man.
yeah, I know. It's like, actually, the funny thing is that we kind of realized this like for at least a year ago. So when us like going through the boxes, we're just trying to realize like how much of everything got,
How fucked is everything?
like how fucked the whole collection was. And they're like, although funny enough, he did discover at least, I think, if not all of his Switch and DS titles were still in his possession for the most part. There's still a few games. There's still a few games that he's like, I don't know where these are, and I'm like, I don't know either. Like,
I don't know where these are either.
yeah. So it just, yeah, it's just really sucky for my brother of like, because of this weird last relationship, the half of his shit just magically disappeared for whatever reason.
So like when both my sisters moved out, they picked through the video game collection because they were like, oh, I'm going to pick through the video game collections.
Yeah.
So like games that like I owned, like it makes sense that I take the fucking GameCube, okay?
Yeah.
Both my sisters have like, so I have the Wii. My other sister has the GameCube.
Yeah.
It doesn't make fucking sense that why she has the GameCube.
I mean,
So-
the Wii can play GameCube titles, I'm pretty sure.
It does, but like it's just like, oh no, I don't have this thing that I once had. Fuck.
Oh, I see.
So it's like God damn it.
Well, yeah, then
God.
you go to eBay and go, what's the price of this? And you're like, oh.
Oh, what's the price of a modded GameCube? Oh shit.
And what's the price of a fuck? Yeah.
What's the price of a mod chip for a Wii? Oh,
Fuck.
damn it.
Yeah, like it's so weird how actually I think it's because of stupid COVID and everyone got locked indoors, so they tried to do the modding shit and all that junk, and just all it did was just increase the fucking prices on all of the classic video games and the modding, whatever.
If I could, I would get like, because like the Xbox 360 is one of my favorite consoles in the world.
Yeah.
If I could, I would get like the if I could get a new 360, I would.
Ah.
Because then, if I could get one with HDMI,
Yes.
because that's the one I need. Because then I could actually play through like all the games I liked
Yeah.
as a kid.
I mean, I do remember still playing a lot of 360 titles on a fucking tube television. No HDMI.
It sucks because I like sold like I sold Mass Effect 2.
Ah.
So it's like I used to own Mass Effect 2, now I don't. So like
Damn it.
damn it.
What was it? When I actually for if I remember correctly, there was a bit of like what you could check, like you go to, was it game prices chart, there we go. There's always a website that you can check for like how expensive certain video games from certain console generations are and whatever, and it turns out like Xbox and Xbox stuff, it's usually the cheapest.
Yeah, because Xbox also is like one of the games that people want to play are tend to be like stuff from like Gen 6.
Yeah.
So like you think about Gen 6, like okay, there's like 4 games that people like tend to like really like from Gen 6, which is like on Microsoft side, which is like Halo.
Yep.
And then maybe Mech Assault if you're really pushing your balls.
It's really pushing balls.
Whereas like on the Xbox 360, there's like, oh, like Kami or Konami or the Elemental game that was Rare game.
well, it turns out if you ever found a copy of Futurama that costs almost $200,
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's some certain stuff for the Xbox. It's like, oh, that's worth a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking what else? The hell's this?
Like I think that like there's some people who would be like, yes, I want to play like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 again and stuff like that. But it's on PC, so just play it on PC. Like point taken. It's like, hey, this is pretty easy at a certain point in order to like play games from that generation.
Yep. Or just like trying to, I know for a lot of the old generation stuff is trying to play a lot of that stuff is going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
Didn't they also shut off their servers for the 360?
Yeah, so the 360 servers are dead.
Yeah. Fantastic.
But that's okay. We have fun.
It's because I'm thinking back to like all the downloadable content that I fucking purchased, and I'm like, I'm never getting that shit back.
Well, like the Xbox 360 had like some really good games that you'll never ever get ever again.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. But yeah, like collectability. I wish it was better to fucking play old video games, but I'm sure the modding now is insane that I can just get all that content back.
It's to the point where like if I really wanted to, I would just buy a dead Xbox and then fix it up and then move on with my life.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I could spend 8 years doing this or not.
Or, get the dead Xbox that had the CPU heating, CPU heating error, and then put in a new fan, and then put in a better. I don't know if you had to put in a better chip, and maybe resolder the goddamn thing, and then
yeah, you have to resolder it.
Yeah, you have to. That's fucking even worse. Way worse. Resolder that fucker. Then,
apparently,
yeah. Then, what else you got to do? Oh yeah, new fan, new. Just resolder that fucker, and I think there's other mods you could do that it can like maybe expand the flexibility with the like what it can possibly do, like more RAM, I guess. Like you can put in a better hard drive and make it go a little faster, I think.
You can modify the Xbox 360 in multiple ways.
Yeah.
It's the Xbox 360 is not a bad console.
It just overheated like a fucker, and they didn't do a mass recall.
Oh yeah, no, they never did.
Never did, because if they did, that means they got in huge trouble and a waste of money, so they never did.
Yeah, they never fucking even attempted.
That would have been so many Xboxes. You know how many Xboxes that would have been?
A lot too many.
Yeah, that would have been too many. Fucking, I would love to see let's say they did do a giant recall of like, yes, they all overheat. All of them are fucked. We have to do this recall. I love to see the warehouse where it's just nothing but like these fucking shitty Xbox 360s. Oh, fuck.
Would you really want to?
There'd be so many. There'd just be so bloody many.
Like, I don't think that would be cool, Josh. I'm just saying.
It's just so many dead Xboxes.
Just all these dead Xboxes. Josh would be celebrating.
Actually, I do remember the time where I had to call the Microsoft support to get my coffin in the mail so I can send out my dead 360, and it had to come back.
I like how we call it coffins.
Of what? The boxes you had to get it shipped in?
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, that's basically what it was. That's basically you're sending your damn dead console away to hopefully come back to life when it comes back.
yeah, you're sending your console back in order to be resoldered by Microsoft in order to like fucking fix the problem,
And or get new fans put in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just that whole thing. It was just great. Thanks, Microsoft. Thank you.
Good job, Microsoft. Good job.
Thanks. Definitely. This is what we needed. Thanks.
Well, definitely fixed all of the issues, right, Microsoft? Oh yes, absolutely. Okay, cool. Thanks, Microsoft.
Yep. Whatever. Oh, I was gonna say on when modding, since we're talking about modding for the 3DS, it's like super easy nowadays. So
I want to mod my 3DS, but I also don't.
Well, here's the thing. There's the hard modding, which is like putting in the mod chips and whatever, or even have a video card from your 3DS. Putting HDMI onto your computer, which is a lot of streamers are doing, and it's super fucking cool. But at the same time, like, there's the soft modding scene for that for the 3DS. It's like, oh, it's so simple. All you have to do is go to this website and then put in, like, maybe you have to, change your what was it, your DNS server to match the one on the website, then download the thing from the Wi-Fi, and then whoa, it works. It just works like magic. You have to modify nothing.
You did nothing, but now your DS can be used to capture video,
play modified homebrew games, replay of those lost games that Nintendo refuses to put on any other console ever.
Why would they? Why would they?
I mean, you think,
Josh, they won already. They literally won.
Well, all they're doing is further cementing that I should never put my pirate hat away.
Well, you shouldn't.
Never ever put your pirate hat away. Always have it on the ready.
Always have it on the ready. Josh, I told you this like 14 times. Like, always have it on the ready. Always just needs to be right there. Just right there. Just right when you need it.
You think you're singing sea shanties?
Yes, you need to start singing sea shanties again, because that is incredibly important to people like me. Singing sea shanties.
I was singing a sea shanty, but I don't know any.
Wow, that's okay, Josh.
Is there a next thing on the topic list?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about a controversy.
Oh.
I want to talk about Trans Crusade a little bit, because in terms of speedrunning, this has been the fastest speedrun into destroying a game I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. So recently, EA, or not EA, GW, unfortunately dropped the ball, pissed off a bunch of people, rightfully so. Not commenting on that, but I'll just basically say that essentially what ended up happening was GW catered to a bunch of people who think that their hobby is a place in order to express their sexuality and sexual orientation. And what basically ended up happening was people ended up revolting, getting really upset, and kind of saying that they're not buying GW products anymore.
I see.
Which, yeah, to each their own. That's kind of fine. You're allowed to kind of have your opinion, and you're allowed to kind of be like, I refuse to give company X money. As a matter of fact, I think that more people should not give company X money. What ended up happening was basically, because of all of this stuff going on, you had people like me being like, hey, I don't think that 40K is... as a Battletech player, I've always kind of thought that GW has kind of been really bad, but I like some of GW's products, and I think they're okay. this was one of those moments where I was like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be playing GW games anymore.
Right.
And maybe that's okay for a bit. And what ended up happening? But basically, GW basically burned up a lot of friends. So what ended up happening was because the GW pissed off a bunch of people, including myself. We basically ended up, most of the community basically ended up saying like, hey, we're not giving GW our money and we're going to start looking someplace else, which spawned into Trans Crusade. And what happened with Trans Crusade was a bunch of people like myself were like, we were browsing the internet one day and all of a sudden we saw Trans Crusade art. And I was looking at it and I was just like, hey, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of cool. That's weird. That's really fucking weird. And then it turned into, okay, maybe I like this game. Oh, this is a miniature war game. Oh, this is really cool. This is really cool artwork. This is really cool information. This is kind of cool. So everybody who was a 40K fan started going towards this game. And it just... What happened? It was a game that was not very popular, but became very popular because of the players who were basically already going, hey, we're going to kind of like look into this game, maybe support this game, and maybe be a little bit more a part of this game. And to talk a little bit about Trans Crusade, basically the plot is the Crusades were successful. Templars found a book, started fucking around with said book, and unleashed demons hordes into hell. From hell onto the mortal earth. If that makes sense, Josh.
Okay.
Yeah. So, world's not a very good place. Nobody's really happy-dappy. And because of all of the shit that happened, basically what ended up happening was gods basically were like, hey, intervened, stepped in, and basically was like, yes, we'll protect everyone will be okay, and we'll make sure that everyone is allowed to kind of survive. So as a result, humanity basically became very much like pseudo-Christian, to the point of where like there are people who are literally doing 14th century torture on themselves in order to make sure that they're fucking like pure of heart. There are crusaders where literally if you think about betraying them for the demons, you just instantly die. It's fucking metal as fuck, dude. And so this kind of world was kind of developed, and a lot of 40K players liked it. Suddenly what ended up happening was people started getting randomly banned from a Discord, which, to be fair, fine, whatever, that's okay. Except that the reasons why these people were getting banned was because of political reasons.
Okay.
So because it turned into a political shit show, and people being banned for political reasons, you suddenly had one side started celebrating this stuff and started celebrating the game and started being like, yes, we're the true Trans Crusade fans, and how dare you like our game? Now go back to 40K that we also took over. Being kind of like the pestilent kids that they were, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. This is all like literally like this is all elementary bullshit that really doesn't need to happen, and it's always one side who does this.
Yeah.
And it's always like you're like, cool. Why are you banning people for disagreeing with you? Oh, because they disagree with you and you're just being a pestilent little child. Cool. Got it. Fantastic.
Cool.
Why are you attacking people? because they're fucking disagreeing with you. Oh, because you can. Cool. Got it. Fantastic. Why are you constantly thinking that everything needs to cater to you in the world? Cool. Got it. Fantastic. Like it's just that kind of behavior. So as a result of people from a subreddit called Six Marxism, which is basically if communists discover it's communism, it's a bunch of communists who discovered Warhammer and decided that they had to insert communism into it.
Okay.
Which is literally the problem right now. It's them basically being like, huh, we're the true Trans Crusader fans. We're the best around. We're awesome. Aren't we so great? Yes. Now make sweet love to me. Meanwhile, you have people like me being like, dude, you just might have killed the game. Like, I was interested in it, and you just burned it to the ground. Nobody's actually interested about the game anymore because everyone's like, I want to participate in this community, but I don't want to participate in this community if you are involved in it. Mm-hmm. Like, I can deal with the 40K stuff because I can show up to a game store and the likelihood of me dealing with you is absolutely nothing. But the fact that you've taken something so cool and so innovative and you've destroyed it, cool. Maybe I'm not for this anymore. The fact that you've done this again after I have expressed interest in a product, I am suddenly really hurt and emotionally distraught because of it. And you have people like me who like, I can't afford to support the Kickstarter anymore. I can't afford to be involved in the game anymore. And like, I don't know, Josh, if you've looked at the art at all or anything like that. So I'm just going to send you a PDF. I'm going to send you a link to the PDFs and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, because I haven't heard anything about it.
It's such a fucking niche product.
Okay.
Like, it's literally such a niche issue, but it affects the tabletop community, which is why I'm like kind of upset about it. So there's the playtest rules, and if you click on the playtest rules, it will link you. And if you scroll down, there's art. And there's like, you will see like demons with like floating coffins and stuff like that. There's like lore talking about the heretical elites and stuff like that, and it has pictures and stuff like that.
Right.
Like the heretic quirist, heretic trooper, anointed heavy infantry, werewolf assault beast, artillery witches, and then you have the Trench Pilgrims weapons list. You have the gods, elites, gods chosen. You have a war prophet. You have a castigator. You have a communicator. You have a communicate. You have a Trench Pilgrim. A Kester priest. There's one that like, oh shit, stigmatic nuns, which is literally a nun with fucking 2 pistols on her and nothing else. There's some armor, but like this is apparently alive. You have a guy who is like a fucking like, who's like a walking cathedral. Like, this is literally just Diablo-esque kind of like artwork and stuff like that. So you have people like me who are like, oh man, I was really happy and excited for this game, and now we're like, man, I don't really want to support this anymore because you're banning people based on slights because somebody doesn't have the right vibes, and then you're attacking people based on them. You're attacking people, and then you're being a gatekeeping force to the community while preaching that people should not gatekeep you out of their community. And you're just doing this for what I perceive as, how dare you have something that I am not influencing you have to give me money and you have to support my shit regardless of your opinions, and if you don't, you're a phobe or ist kind of behavior. And it's just, as somebody who's lived on this world for 30 plus years, 30 years, we'll say 30 plus. Yeah. It's nice to know that a bunch of people are so stupid and inept that they can't realize that they're in fact the problem.
Yeah.
Like
it's pretty. I'll continue.
Oh no, you can go.
I was just say, like, yeah, there's, for whatever reason, there's just a set of people that, like, they can, once they a single second they have power in something, they think they can just tweak everything to what they want, and it's like, no, that's not how this works.
Like, I wouldn't have Trans Crusade banning people if it wasn't. I wouldn't have issues with the Discord server banning Trans Crusade people, or banning people from, like, having political views if there was, like, if somebody was sitting there saying something like actually really hateful and stuff like that. And to be fair, I kind of don't know what was said. But, like, in looking at, like, the Twitter messages and stuff like that, it looks like the reason why somebody was banned was literally because they were asking questions of the mods. And it's like I understand that, like, okay, I understand that that's, like, an issue at certain points, but, like, when you're asking questions like, hey, why did this person get banned? And your answer is, well, he was complaining about Aztecs. And it's like, okay, in context of the game, that makes sense. Like, in context of the game, it would make sense that when you're talking about the Aztecs, you're not talking about, like, the actual Aztecs. A society of people that decided that ripping people's hearts out was okay.
And,
like, it makes,
and doing human sacrifices is a-okay.
Yeah, and hey, the Aztec culture is kind of cool. I wish they were in this game.
Now let's play some very violent football.
Yeah. Like, I honestly don't know how much more. Like, I just feel like as if it's like, this is just so spite worthy that, like, it's just like, oh, you literally just hate people. You hate people because they don't vote the way that you vote. And because of that, you're taking the ultimate revenge, which is literally destroying everything. And this kind of ties into the game industry, too, because it's like, those are the same people who, when I would have meetings at, like, my other jobs, would sit there and talk about, like, how great of a person they are for 15 minutes. And by the end of the meeting, you were like, man, I hope this person gets fired and doesn't come in to work. You would be like, man, I don't think this person should be in this industry. Yeah, because they like, or I would be sitting there and be like, this person got hired and Josh didn't. That's odd.
That's odd.
It was stuff like that, and it's like, it just feels like as if, like, it feels like as if there was better ways to handle the issues.
Just slightly better ways.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Personally speaking, I'm still excited about, like, Ravage Star and stuff like that.
Okay.
Which is another tabletop skirmish war game that actually looks really cool as well. It's Warhammer Light. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll bring that up. It's not as grim dank as, like, as Warhammer is, but it's actually, like, you end up with, like, stuff like dwarves and demons, and the demons actually look kind of cool, and then you end up with dwarves and they also look really cool, and you're like, oh god.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And like this is like the mini wargaming guys too. So it's like, oh, this is even cooler because it's like you end up with like people, you end up with like things like the Veil Touch, and then you end up with stuff like the actual like fucking like humans, and then all of the humans look demonic as fuck, whereas like the dwarves, they actually don't look at that demonic, they actually look really cool. And it's like, man, these are like really cool proxies that like I would totally want to play Warhammer with. And it's like,
I have to say they do look really nice.
Yeah, whereas like something like Trench Crusade looks like something where it's like, hey, I bought a MIDI because I thought it looked cool, and now I have a really cool D&D monster. And it kind of reminds me of like Kingdom Death a little bit, where it's like, hey, that kind of like trope where it's like, where it's like very kind of similar, but like it's just really upset. The things that are upsetting to me is like the people who are kind of like coming into this, the people who are attacking other people for and being very exclusionary for no reason,
right?
And I just want to play the games. I don't understand why everything has to be. Let me rephrase that. I don't understand why I have to deal with somebody's narcissism. And I don't understand that, like, why we can't just sit there and have something that's cool, and then somebody and like go like, hey, that looks really cool. Man, I really like the art style of this game. I'll probably read up on the lore later, but I don't really care enough in order to read about it right now. But man, this looks like something that I would actually buy and actually play and actually be a part of. And then I get somebody going, well, actually, it's a criticism of Christianity, and actually, the game's not meant for you. And actually, if you play it, you're like, and it's like, okay, man, I don't give a shit.
Actually,
you can shut the fuck up.
Push my beliefs onto someone else.
Actually, you should be a communist like me.
Actually.
And the best part is, like, these are the same people who are too stupid to realize. The people who are involved in this are the same people who are like, every single... They're like, I'm the resistance. And then you're like,
Turns out you're the problem.
You're the resistance? Okay. Yes. And it's like, okay. So does Lockheed Martin cater to you? Well, yes. Does Lockheed Martin... Well, they're doing that because I'm right. Okay. So why do you think that every single piece of media caters to you? Like, we have something cool here. Why do you have to go in and ruin it? It's the same thing where like people will go like, when like the Fallout TV show, which by the way, the Fallout TV show is better than most of the TV shows that have existed. It's better than the Halo TV show. It's better than the fucking whatever show. It's a pretty good video game adaptation. The fact that like there are people who are like, I don't like it, and that's fair. I don't particularly think it's the greatest show on the planet Earth. I think it's okay. I think that the people who are like, it's terrible, are right to have that opinion. The fact that I have people going, actually, you're too stupid to understand the plot of Fallout. It's like, okay. Like, the arguments are not making sense at this point.
Actually, Fallout is a dead kid's dream. He hasn't woken up from yet. When the bomb dropped at the same moment.
I swear to fucking God, Josh. I swear to fucking God.
Oh fuck!
The fact that you're saying that too is like actually really funny.
But well, here's the thing. That's like literally like 3 different story or like, you know, fan theory story things like I hear every so often about a fandom of like actually it's about this kid's dream as he's dying, and it's like how do you know this? Where's the evidence for this? Because I bet it's not in these fucking shows that you're watching.
Actually, I gotta be honest with you. The like plot of like the show does not add up to what you're saying.
Yep, exactly.
Actually, just so you aware, like I'm just 100% correct.
Actually, I'm just saying maybe the main character and the evil villain are gonna fuck. I just saying.
I'm just actually just sorry to pour gas on your parade, but the entire story is a lesbian algorithm. It's about lesbianism.
Allegory.
It's a lesbian allegory about lesbianism.
Although it could be an algorithm as well. I mean, you don't know.
And homeworlds never cater to you.
Actually,
which is actually hilarious because that game's actually came out and it was like everyone's like, oh yeah, mechanically it's great. The story's trash. Don't fucking like the story, but the game's okay.
Yeah.
Fucking, is it as good as the Beast? No.
Yeah. Actually, what was the 46, right? 47? I forget the 46. It's the online one, but at the same time, everyone's like, I don't know about this.
What the?
I think it was the story sucks, but the game, like you said, the story sucks, but game was okay.
Oh, what game was that?
Fallout 76.
Oh, 76. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I said 46. I think it's meant to be 76.
Yeah, 76 is better than 46.
I do like to see what Fallout 1 or the Vault number 1 is supposed to be.
Vault number 1 was supposed to be.
Is that where all the Vault-Tec execs are supposed to be hiding out?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so. I think Vault number 1 was supposed to be like. That show, I haven't finished the Fallout TV show yet, but I gotta be honest, like that show is like, the more I watch it, the more I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. And then I go,
yep.
Wait, why did they do that?
Yep. Although the one monster that I liked because of the concept of it is just fucked up is that mud skipper.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like there's fingers in its mouth. Like the little feelers and shit are fingers. I'm like, what the bloody hell? How? Like, it's so fucked.
I just like how they're setting up the season 2 because of $5. The kid at the end is going to be a fucking ghoul.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, he's going to be a fucking ghoul, and you're going to be like, what? He's going to be like, no, he's not going to be ghoul. He's going to be super mutant. What am I saying?
Super mutant. Oh.
And he probably he probably had some FEV or something.
And then he has to wear that head bra for the upper lip because it got too big and he can't talk with the upper lip, so he has to have it really wedged up real high.
He's going to be basically the new Frank Gordon.
Oh, frick.
That's a deep cut.
Well, I'm gonna. Do we have enough content for the podcast?
We've been going for an hour 32, so yes.
Okay. Well, thank God I have a day off tomorrow because for Victoria.
Yes, we gotta celebrate Queen Victoria and her fucking greatness.
Fuck yeah! I'll just play more video games. Whatever. Get a day off.
Our royal family is going to be very proud of us because we celebrated their grandmother.
I'm just thankful that we have a day off in the summer.
We have another day off. We have 2 days off in the summer.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, every month except for like 2 have days off.
Oh, what do you know? Because, man, the summer feels like there should be like 4 days off in the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm aware.
But that doesn't exist. So I just book my own days off and go, okay, I'm not here Monday. And then my office just goes,
I'm not showing up. Fuck you.
And my office just goes, oh, okay.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
They're like, all right. Nothing's on fire, and I'm totally up to date on everything, so everything's going Millhouse.
I just don't show up, and then my boss goes, "Why aren't you showing up?" And I'm like, I have a day off today." And he goes, "Oh, like I'm sleeping in."
Yeah, I slept in and not showing up. I booked it off. Oh.
Yeah, no, I just like I'm like I'm not showing up. Why? No reason.
Because my soul needs more video games in my life.
It's more of I could show up, but I don't want to. I could show up and do my job, but I also have this day off that like the government gives me, so no.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna sit in this house in my underwear and just do nothing.
That's pretty much what I do all day.
Nothing like sitting in your underwear doing nothing.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the Black Mind Games podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday at blackmindgames.podbean.com. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. Thank you, Josh, as always.
Fart
Yeah.
noise.
Fart noise. We'll pay that fart noise for you, and everyone will be happy. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Bye. Oh, you can also listen to us every Thursday on blackmindgames.podbean.com. You can subscribe to us on your favorite podcast app of choice. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Ben, who's not here. Have a good day. Bye. I probably shouldn't have said that. Now somebody's going to queep that, and they're going to be like, I can't believe he admitted that he's gay.
You're not?
I'm not.
Just I love when someone says something and they're like, I can't believe people don't know this, and you go, and someone just pauses and goes, you're not?
You're not a demon that's going to suck my soul out of my dick? You're not going to let me punch the sucker in the face? That's upsetting.
That's darn it.
That's just disappointing.
Darn it.
Upsetting. There. It's worse than building my Gundam unicorn. Anyways, we should probably sync and start the show.
Well, I guess
we're almost 10 minutes in. I have to go grab a beer. I'll be back.
Okay.
And then you can talk about, like, I don't know. So you have a game that I played. I haven't played a game, so we'll talk about news. I don't think there was one major layoff this week.
As we do.
I forget the layoff this week. I think we're averaging 1.3 layoffs a day. 1.3 layoffs a day.
No. Also, you said 10 minutes recording. I've been recording for a minute and a half.
You fuck.
Such a fuck.
Now I'm gonna have to actually like find stuff in order to put at the end.
Yep. Now you have to actively find something interesting and or whatever.
What I've been doing as of late is like I'll post random memes I find. So I'll be like, what's a random meme I find? I'll find like ones that are like okay, not that one, because that one's like literally just poured. That one I want to change so that way then it's the opening. But like I'll find like funny things that are like not anti-Semitic and bullshit like that. And because I can find those stuff pretty easily, but I'll find them and then I'll post them on in the podcast, and then they usually are pretty funny and they go at the end of the show.
That's how they work.
Like this. Like this one right here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I'll be back in a half second. Okay, I got my beer. Are ready to sink?
I got my dew.
Got your Mountain Dew?
I got my Mountain Dew.
You have a Mountain Dew?
I have a Mountain Dew that's half
Oh
drank.
my god, the Canadian.
I have the half drank Mountain Dew in front of me.
Oh my god, did Ubisoft actually cancel? Okay, so sync in 3, 2, 1.
In flames ablaze, melodies twisted like a dark maze. Train chords piercing through the night. In this metal battle, I'll take you to new heights. Soul of madness, shredding the strings, unleashing fury, chaos it brings. Metal mayhem, a sonic assault, the shredder's call, the altering exaltation.
Victor. Nickel.
Noodle. It's an N-word. It's definitely an N-word.
It was definitely an N-word.